All right, folks. So we got ourselves a turkey breast. This one is about 5 pounds. Now, I wanted to do a whole turkey, but I already got 2 videos of the turkey being smoked. Put them right over here. So anyways, guys, so I decided to go ahead and do a turkey, just to go ahead and do it with a full paper and the butter. I think that's going to be doing really well. Plus, if you compare this turkey breast, which is about 5 pounds and some change, and I compared it at the store with a 15-pound bird. This breast was a whole lot bigger than the breast on the 15-pound bird, so something to think about. Anyways, let's go ahead and get to it. 21 grams of protein per serving. How much is a serving? 4 ounces. You know, typically whenever I eat any type of protein or whatever, I end up eating about 8 ounces. So that'll be about 42 grams of protein. Very, very, very good. All right, so let's go ahead and get to it. And there it is, boys. Gonna go ahead and pat this thing dry. This thing has a decent amount of skin in there, so that's pretty good. I don't think I'm gonna go ahead and do much to this, man, to be honest with you. We're just gonna go ahead and prep it for the brine. So let's go ahead and do that. Now guys, if you guys have not done this method, I would highly recommend it. And I say this because there's no air pockets where some of the seasonings or whatever will not have a chance to go ahead and bind with the meat itself. So this is what we're gonna do. I already triple sealed this side, and we're gonna go ahead and put the turkey breast right on in. So let's go ahead and do that. Doesn't matter what side goes what, doesn't really matter, to be honest with you. I mean, if you want to make it look pretty, that's fine, but the goal here is to go ahead and make sure that every surface of this breast is covered, right? And what are we gonna do? What are we gonna use to go ahead and brine it? Let me show you. It's going to be the bird baptism by Meat Church. I really love this stuff, guys. If you guys haven't seen the review that I made this on chicken, it's going to be right over here. So make sure to go ahead and check it out, right? But in this case, it's going to be 1 cup. I mean, it's going to be half a gallon for 1 cup. So this is going to be a full gallon, so it's going to be 2 cups, all right? So that's what we're going to do, all right? So what we're going to do, we're going to put the turkey right in here. Very, very important, right? But we're gonna put this to the side for now. So, got the water right in here. Let's go ahead and put the brine in, the brine mixture. I really, really enjoy this stuff, man. This stuff tastes fantastic. Let's go ahead and whisk it around. Now that we have it nice mixed up, let's go ahead and put it in. Now, this is one of the reasons why I like having a lot of this overhang, so that I can go ahead and put this in there. I won't say with ease, but it's going to be a lot simpler if you don't. It's going to be a lot easier if you do it this way rather than if you wouldn't. There we go. Another thing too is that this is why I like having it here, because you can make sure that if any spillage or whatever, it's going to be right in here, man. So that's pretty good. If you have one of those expendable bags, that's going to be even better. So now let's go ahead and try to seal this thing as best as possible. And there you have it, folks. See that? Now you can just put it like this, be good to go. Now I do want to mention that you don't need to go ahead and vacuum it. It's not a necessary thing to go ahead and do. I do it because I make sure that absolutely every little piece of it in here is going to be covered with this brine. You can do the exact same thing with a regular bag. That's not an issue. Me personally, I like having this, making sure that there's no air pockets inside in here. And if there are, it's going to be very minimal. And that's it. So we're going to go ahead and put this into the fridge overnight. We'll see you guys tomorrow. All right, boys. So it's been quite a bit of time. It's been overnight and a little bit more. If I had to guess, maybe I want to say maybe about 18 hours, give or take maybe a little bit more. But this is what we got right now. So let's go ahead and get this thing going. Now, this is another reason why I like having this thing, because any spillage or whatever, it's gonna stay right in. There we go. Once we rinse it off, the reason why we rinse it off is because we're gonna add some seasonings in here, and it's gonna get very salty if we end up doing that without any rinsing. So we're just patting it dry a little bit right now. All right. So now you got a couple good choices in regards to seasonings. You can always use the Cosmos Q dry bird. The dry rub, right? It's called the Dirty Bird. Really good stuff. However, this year I'm gonna go with the Chud Rub, and the reason for this is quite simple. This is pretty awesome. I really like it. I mean, I have a whole big old bag of it, right? But the Chud Rub is much more savior, right? A little bit more salty, a little bit more peppery. I really enjoy that flavor. So we're gonna go ahead and use that. So with that, let's go ahead and flip this bad boy over. We'll go ahead and do this side first. Sides a little bit. Fantastic. Now, I was debating on injecting, but I don't think I'm going to do that this year. No, I don't think I am. I think this brine itself is good enough that I don't think it's going to need it. So, let's go ahead and fire up the smoker. There we go. We're going to go ahead and put it at 300 degrees. So let's go ahead and let it get up to temp. Alright, gents. So we got it up to temp. Let's go ahead and put the bird in. Well, not even the bird, but the whole breast. So let's go ahead and put it right in here. And try and make it as aesthetic as possible. Because the way that you put it in is the way that the skin is going to crisp up and everything. So the reason why I also chose 300 degrees is because anytime I use poultry, I have to go 300 degrees in order to get a little bit of texture onto the skin. So let's go ahead and do that. All right. And last but not least, probe. I like to get these out when it's at around, I want to say 160, maybe 155 degrees. Because of the carryover, right? Without that carryover, I mean, if you let it cook all the way up to 165 and you have it around 300 or even 350, it's going to carry over all the way up to 175, and by then it's going to be dry. So by doing that, everything is going to be great. All right, so we'll see you guys then. All right, gents, so the turkey breast is at around 147, give or take. So what we're going to go ahead and do, pop this out, obviously, and then we're gonna go ahead and put, I'm not sure if you guys can see it, let me go ahead and help it out down here a little bit. Okay, there we go. So what we got here is some foil paper and some butter, right? That's what we're gonna do here. That's the key. So what we're gonna do, there we go, a little bit. Let's go ahead and put this over here just a little bit. All right, so we got the turkey here with the butter, and we're gonna go ahead and wrap this thing up. Now I gotta do this off camera because it's not going to work here. The pit boss table is a little bit too small, so let's go ahead and do that. All right, guys, so I ended up putting the butter on the top. You can probably see it right here. The whole stick of butter is right here on the top. So let's go ahead and put it in here. So again, remember, the internal temperature is about 147, but we're gonna go ahead and let this thing go all the way up to maybe about 155, 160 at the latest. Because again, guys, if you let the temperature carry over, it's going to overcook it. Now the butter is going to help it out quite a bit, but I'm still going to go 155, maybe 160, and go from there. All right, we'll see you guys in a bit. All right, boys. So I bumped up the temperature to about 325, and it's around 318, give or take. Internal temperature 160. So let's go ahead and pull this thing out. Get you some of these gloves, man. They're a lifesaver. You don't know how many times I burnt my hands, man. All right, get this out the way. There we go. Oh man, right there, man. It smells so good, bro. All right, let's go ahead and turn this thing off. All right, so while that thing turns off, man, I gotta tell you, this thing just smells amazing. Now, I've never done a breast only before, but damn it, man, does it smell so good. All right, so we're gonna give it maybe about half an hour or so, maybe an hour. I don't think that long, maybe at the most 45 minutes. We're gonna go ahead and let it rest, and then we'll go from there. All right, boys, time to take this thing out. Bro, I gotta tell you, man, this thing just smells incredible. Now, I'm using the Franklin. Now, from my understanding, it looks like the grains are running this way. So let's go ahead and do that. Bro, this thing just smells phenomenal. And this Franklin knife, man, it's just doing work. The skin, it doesn't seem rubbery or anything like that, so that's a pretty big win. Let's go ahead and try one of these middle cuts. Oh no, it's too thick. What's too long? Let's go ahead and try this one. See, this is why you take it off at around 155 or 160 degrees. It just comes out so juicy. Let's go ahead and give it a shot. Incredible. Has a little bit of that smoke flavor, not overpowering. That seasoning is on point, but that brine, bro, matter of fact, let's go ahead and dip it in here. Let's go ahead and try it. I heard, bro. That's the winner right there. Bro, this thing is phenomenal, man. It's incredibly juicy as hell, too. Look at that. Phenomenal. I 100% recommend this. You know, and I'm used to trying traditional turkeys and everything, man. I mean, you guys see my videos. But this thing is something else. Fantastic. So that's going to go ahead and wrap it up for us, guys. Give it a shot, man. That brine, that rub, that butter at the end, fantastic. Now, I would have done it on the offset stick burner. However, with my wife being pregnant and everything, it's she's a little bit sensitive to smoke, so the pellet grill is fantastic for this. You still get a hint of smoke to it, but not overpowering to the point where you're gonna be like, hey man, you know, it's kind of up there. So overall, it's a fantastic cut of meat, and I highly encourage you to go ahead and give it a shot. Be sure to go ahead and like, subscribe. See you on the next one, guys. Later.